Live from Williams Grove Speedway in Mechanicsville, Pennsylvania, it's round number 3 of the Aces Up Sim Sports 360 Fall Frenzy on Maconi Entertainment. We've kept it in Pennsylvania, but we head from the Lernerville Speedway to the long straights, the short corners of Williams Grove Speedway, where it can be tight, you can go multiple grooves, anything can happen. Glad you could join us here on Maconi Entertainment. Marty Sakala with you alongside Jeremy Briggs. Jeremy, we were talking about this before the racing got going tonight. This is one of the toughest places to run on the dirt. Oh, hang on.
Back here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and repeat that. We had some technical difficulties, but we got you back.
Oh yeah, so we're here at the very tricky Williams Grove Speedway, and I've seen it in real life, and these drivers have a lot of commitment out there. Guess you could say they've got to have a big, pretty set on them, and this half-mile track, it happens very quick. And speaking of National Open on there, you can see it, that is happening here this weekend in real life down in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, as the PA Posse takes them on.
Third race of 6 in the 360 Fall Frenzy, open to anyone in the Aces Up Sim Sports League, a free entry at basically the halfway point in the season. We'll conclude at Lanier, Knoxville, and Weedsport on October 22nd. Qualifying happening here at the moment as we speak. Couple minutes here, couple seconds left here on the times trials as Shane Yo's currently quick time at the moment at a 17.427. As I say that, Tyler Schauer, opening week 1 winner, is at the top. The full speeds here on your screen at the moment. Aiden Forster now quickest with Ryan Avila down in second. Schau down to third. Kenny Hoffman up to fourth. And Shane Yost down to 7th. Aiden Forster now cracks in third. Last week we were at Lernerville Speedway, and it was Landon Cardoza from pole position getting the job done here. Now 12th quickest in qualifying. Is it going to take someone from the front row once again tonight, Jeremy, to get to victory lane tonight?
A very good possibility of that, Marty. It's very hard to pass here, just in my opinion. You got to have a good car, handling car. The track has to have the right conditions. You got to be able to throw that slider in just right at the right time, not make a mistake. And you want to be there at the end of the 30-lap feature race. But first, you've got to get there, as the heat races are going to be lining up here very shortly.
Yeah, without question, you absolutely have to get there as we get set to go for heat race number 1 and look at the starting lineup here for this evening. As Blake Carrick on pole position, he's in car number 38. To Blake's outside, you've got the driver of the number 7, that's Connor Dudek. Ryan Avila starts inside row 2 in the 49. Ashton Mailer to the outside in car number 5. Ty Schobelach starts 5th inside row 3 in the 71, with Scott Tomas to the outside in the number 8. Final row, Tanner Patterson in the number 93, with Dustin Sargent, big money, wrapping up the field here in heat race number 1. If you're new to Aces Up 360 Fall Frenzy, here's how a typical race format works. We just had qualifying wrap up. That was 2 minutes. We invert the top 4 prior to taking the green flag for heat racing this evening. 8 laps, top 4 transfer, but based off our car count we have this evening, everyone will make the field. So no need for the Consi. The A-main tonight, 30 laps. Cautions will only happen in our feature, and caution laps do not count. Gain a good view here of the Williams Grove Speedway. And there you can see how wide the drivers can get. It's always that cushion that you see here out of the racetrack in Pennsylvania, but you don't want to get too high and you don't want to bike, because this is one of those tracks here as well, Jeremy, where you can easily risk ballparking it here, and you'd be done for the night without question.
Look at the track conditions. You can see it starting to get slick there into turn 3 and 4. See what these drivers can handle as we get, I believe, coming to the green. Nope, looks like the pace truck's still on there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
One more pace lap there.
Yeah, we'll take one extra lap here before we go racing.
I'm excited to see how this plays out here, Marty. This will definitely get us a first taste of what the driving is going to be like here tonight at Williams Grove, with a field of cars on the track now. Live under racing conditions. We'll see how aggressive these drivers are in this first heat, and see what the drivers learn in heat number 2 from heat number 1.
For those watching live on Maconi Entertainment, if you are new to this, hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Also, let us know who you're rooting for in the chat this evening. Heat 1, always the key heat you want to be in, as it gives you a chance at starting on pole position here tonight. And that'll definitely be the case here at the Williams Grove Speedway as well. Connor Dudek, Blake Carrick bring us to green. First heat underway at Williams Grove. Good start from Carrick in that 38. Dudek hangs on to second spot for right now with Avila third. Ashton Mueller hanging on to the fourth spot. Wing to wing for the race lead. Here comes Dudek peeking underneath. Little slider there through 3 and 4. Contact to the back. And around go Patterson and Thomason. But lap number 1, I think, was Dudek. But Carrick fights back a slide job of his own. It's already slide job sitting for the top spot here at Williams Grove, Jeremy.
Exactly what we talked about there early on there in the broadcast. The slide job's going to be just right at the right time. You can see it. Slide job sitting here in heat number 1. Great racing. As you can see, it looks like we've gotten slightly single filed out. The Battleford lead is very tight. Just a little bit of contact, but everybody's still smooth sailing. Right now, Ryan Avila, in that 4th and final transfer position, trying to get around Ashton Mueller, get himself a 1-car position as he tries to send it here in turn 3.
Carrick kissed the wall off for turn 4. You saw the sparks fly there as Avila. Quickest car on track last time by. Looks for third. Tried to go 2 for 1 that last time by. Forced to tuck it back in line behind his TPR teammate. How about the TPR drivers? 2nd through 4th right now on the leaderboard. Carrick 2nd, Mueller 3rd, and Avila in 4th. And I believe that's out of the Tanner Patterson Racing Group, if I'm correct. Nope, I'm maybe thinking of somebody else.
Drivers starting to definitely use different lines right now as this heat race is winding down very quickly. 8 laps is only the distance. We got 3 laps to go.
Wing to wing for third off for turn 2. I haven't confirmed, by the way, what the TPR stands for. We greatly appreciate that as Avila forced to tuck it back in line, but Connor Dudek trying to check out, start on pole position this evening, up by 4 tenths on Carrick. Mueller in the background clipped the wall. Avila trying to take advantage. Slider, nearly too much yaw in the center of 1 and 2. Hangs on to third for a split second, but Mueller counters it back, and this brings Schoberlock into the party.
Dudek's going to grab that checker,
White flag.
White flag there. Got all confused, but that Battleford transfer position is getting heated up a little bit. Avila trying to hold back Schoberlock.
Let's see if Avila can grab the third up on the cushion. Going to be tough. Mueller with the slider. Checkers wave. Connor Dudek, your winner in heat race number 1. Drag race for third. It's Mueller over Avila. Carrick 2nd. Schoberlock 5th. Patterson in 6th. Thomas in 7th. And Dustin Sargent in 8th.
Say that 10 times fast. Mueller over Avila. Tanner Pettit Racing is the answer in YouTube chat.
Okay, thanks, guys. Tanner Pettit Racing. And speaking of which, Tanner Pettit will be in heat race number 2. Let's get a look at your starting lineup. Is Wyatt Schuhart on the pole position in the 01 with Shane Yost next to him in car number 99. Tyler Schell, our winner in the season opener, back at Cedar Lake, starts in the 3rd spot. There's Tanner Pettit. Will start from 4th spot. Casey Simons, the 54, the number 10. Inside of row number 3, Nick Klosterman starts in 6th position. And behind them all, the boss, Ross Corina, in car number 10. Got to keep your eye on the drivers starting from 2nd through 4th. Shane Yost, Tyler Schell, Tanner Pettit, always fast.
Tanner's got his name on quite a few cars here tonight, too. And they definitely showed some good speed in that first heat. Definitely expect to see that here out of that number 24 car in this heat number 2. See what these drivers learn too. There's a lot, like I said, slide jobs sitting there at the beginning of the heat, and great racing here, honestly, for these drivers, especially as tricky as Williams Grove is. And in my honest opinion, as an amateur, not very good iRacer, but these drivers definitely put on a really good show in heat number 1, and I'm excited to see what heat 2 does here. I believe we should be having one more pace lap for these drivers. Track conditions, you can see slickening up there into turn 3 still.
Yeah, on iRacing, you used to be able to shorten the pace laps prior to taking the green flag on the dirt, but unfortunately you have to go the 2 pace laps, and It at some points can really get into driver's head, especially a track like Williams Grove, because lap times here are very long underneath the yellow flag.
But one advantage you could possibly get from that is getting a good eye on those track conditions under a slower speed and have yourself just a straight-on view of what you're getting ready to go against.
So the heat race number 2 winner starts outside the front row, and at points you may want to be starting on that outside the front row just to get the grip off in turn number 2, but the leader, when they take the green flag, can easily throw that slider in to turns 1 and 2 and steal the top spot from you. Green flag is out for heat race number 2 at Williams Grove.
Schuhart with a great jump there into turn 1 for the 0-1. Does a great job on the exit, but right on his back bumper now is Yost as he's going to send it down, slides it into turn 3. He's going to clear him. Yost going to lead them out of turn 4.
3 wide off the corner. Tanner Pettit stuck in the middle as Simons just about got a little bit squirrely. Shell, the lone man, stuck on the bottom. Won't get the speed he needed off of turn number 2. Yost hangs on for right now. Over wide. Schuhart, 4 wide for the race lead. Ho-ho! Schuhart forced out of that one as Pettit yeeted him out of there. A drag race to the line as Tyler Shell to the top spot.
Oh my goodness, I thought this Heat 2 was going to be electric, and we got it right here on lap number 2 and 3. Shell, Yost, Pettit battling for the top spot.
Oh, Pettit a little bit sideways. Up the wall goes Simons. He falls down a couple of spots. Shell and Yost bang. Wheels at the start-finish line as Shell hangs on for right now. Oh, a big slider. Yost forced to back out of it. Oh, this is some excellent stuff.
Yost right there in that 0-1, trying to get some comfort behind him as they're battling right there up right in front of him. He's got a comfort behind him. Watching these drivers 3 wide in front of him. He's starting to close in for the battle for the lead.
Shell crosses over on Pettit for the top spot. Wing to wing to wing for a bunch of laps right now. It's Shell, it's Yost, it's Pettit, and Schuhart wants to make it a fatal 4-way for the top spot with 3 to go.
Wow, what an unbelievable heat race. Drivers bouncing off the wall here, trying to get as much grip off that berm off of turn 2. Right now, Shell with the lead. What is Yost, Pettit, and Schuhart going to do?
I remember, this is for a front row spot in the race. If you finish second, it looks like you're starting back from 5th, and Shell has pulled away from all of this. It's a 3-man race for the runner-up spot. Pettit, Yost, Schuhart going at it. Well, Shell has basically checked out the hotel and says, hey, boys, you take it from here.
Biggest lead so far here in heat number 2, but they're definitely still side by side for position number 2. Pettit, Yost, Schuhart battling it out. Yost just almost into the wall, bounces it off that berm, gets a huge run down the backstretch underneath that bridge into turn 3 and 4.
Well, you know who's going to win this heat race. Who's going to finish second? Pettit trying to chastain it around 3 and 4 as he cleared Yost, while the 99 edged out Schuhart for 3rd, Simons 5th, Corinna 6th, Klosterman 7th. But your winner here in heat race number 2, my gosh, Tyler Shell. What a barn burner that heat race was.
That was a highlight reel, all-in-one heat race.
You're not
the
kidding.
Whole thing over again. That's your highlight.
You are not kidding one bit. One more heat race left to go here at the Grove. It's Landon Cardoza, last week's winner at Lernerville Speedway, on pole position in the 121 with Noah Bowman to the outside of the 24. Kenny Hoffman inside row 2. He's in the 11. He finished second last week. To the outside, it's Aiden Forster in the 20. In the 20. Matthew Croak starting for 5th spot in car number 2 with Josh Whiteman to the outside in the 500. Final car on the grid, Dino himself, Dean Reynolds, in the number 79.
We get 2 pace laps here. You can see that outside line starting to get just a little bit wider. We'll see which part of the track these drivers will have to use towards the end of that 30-lap feature. No contests here tonight. All drivers are going to make it, top 4. Obviously in those, I guess you could say, redraw positions, but there's no redraw, obviously. So, on the top 12 positions for these drivers.
Yeah, so this should
Get a good look at the track.
Yeah, so this should be, Jeremy, the final heat race of the night. You see the track in the state of it at the moment, and man, oh man, it seems like the middle groove is a lot slicker than it is on the bottom and the top. It's still got some tack left over.
Holding up pretty good here. As we grab some quick information out there, I'm looking at the temperature, just a cool 72 degrees all night long. Nothing for these drivers to worry about. Track will be in good condition. We'll see what it looks like. No wind. You can see humidity 50%. Pretty stable weather here tonight.
Yeah, I know the admins here, they like to make the weather conditions fair for everyone. The track conditions, well, you never know from time to time. I think they try to get some work done on it between heat races and the feature as we get set to go. Heat race number 3 is green.
Cardoza leads the way.
Oh, hang on!
Oh, contact.
That's Matthew Croak that got sideways off for turn 2. And he falls to the back of the pack here. Racing for third, Aiden Forster, Noah Bowman at the line. Cardoza leads lap 1.
Bowman there. On the bottom, they got two TPR cars there at the top. It's like almost deja vu every heat race or something. One of these cars is going to have a TPR on it.
Hoffman getting extremely sideways off for turn number 4 and almost had a heavy impact enough where he could have ballparked it in turns 1 and 2. But here goes Forster. Peaks downstairs on Hoffman. Runner-up spot on the line. But again, the high side, the place to be on the exit of turn number 4. Have to get back on the throttle first.
Bowman right there, Noah Bowman, the 24, 240 right behind them with a somewhat of a gap, but as these laps are winding down, we're at the halfway point.
Did you see?
This is the calmest heat of the night, I think.
Did you see all the handfuls drivers are getting, and especially in 3 and 4? Again, I'm dirt tracking it.
Yeah, way up against that fence. I think that's probably what's leading to a little bit less aggression here as the drivers are kind of having to be more in tune with the track versus racing the other competitors.
That's sprint car racing, though, for you, without question. You know, I was announcing at Weed Sport Sunday night, 305 sprint car show, CRSA. You may have heard it. I'm the announcer for them. And watching the final lap for the finish, our top 2 drivers of the championship, you could really see the drivers going off the wheel left and right. Sprint car racing is fun as we got a battle for the lead. Kenny Hoffman has figured his car out in the second half of the race. He takes the top spot from Landon Cardoza with 1 to go.
1 to go for Kenny Hoffman, and that number 11 machine got a slight advantage over Cardoza. What's Cardoza going to do here into turns number 3 and 4? Hoffman rolling that lower line, so Cardoza can't make a slide. It's not going to happen. Hoffman going to win heat number 3.
A 17-7 pays off for Hoffman, and he runs out of fuel at the end. Hoffman the winner. Cardoza second. Forster third. Bowman fourth. Whiteman fifth. Reynolds in 6th. And Croak in 7th.
Name of the game right there. Just enough fuel.
Yes, absolutely. Heat races are in the books. We will step aside as the drivers will get a chance to warm up. Stay with us. It's live action of Aces Up Sim Sports 360 Fall Frenzy on Maconi Entertainment.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back to live coverage of Aces Up Sim Sports 360 Fall Frenzy on Maconi Entertainment as you're watching live pictures of Tyler Shell riding on board with him as he gets ready to go for featured time. And we're glad you could join us
Great shot.
Yes, absolutely. Glad you could join us on Maconi Entertainment for all the action here this evening. Marty Sakala alongside Jeremy Briggs. This has been a fun night of racing here so far.
Whew, we needed that quick break there for commercial. I had to catch my breath. I'm still trying to catch my breath for meet number 2, and this has been great racing, and the heat race is excited for this 30-lap A main event here, just moments away.
Take a look at the times here and how the warm-ups have looked so far. In fact, let's expand the bottom bar we have just a little bit. There we go. Corinna currently the quickest on track. 18:25. Landon Cardoza second. 18:26. Noah Bowman third. 18:32. Aiden Forster fourth. 18:33. Blake Carr, Kenny Hoffman fifth and sixth. 18:37. Williams Grove can have some wild crashes from time to time, especially on the back straightaway. I've not only seen them, I've experienced one before on iRacing. They're not pretty. And while we wait for the drivers to finish warming up, let's give you a quick little schedule for what's coming up here on Maconi Entertainment here. And again, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button for all the action. Friday night, we got FLCC Friday Night Lights at the Charlotte Roval at 8:30. Then Saturday, we've got a Charlotte doubleheader. You've got the Palmetto Racing League at 6:15. And then Full-Length Cup Challenge at the Roval at 8:30. On Sunday night, door-to-door sim racing action at the Charlotte Roval at 8 o'clock. Monday afternoon at 3:45, Formula Ford 1600s, presented by FilmBuild.no at Okayama. Tuesday night, Racers Elite Truck Series from Kansas at 7:45. And then we are back here next Wednesday at the Lanier Raceplex, 9:15 p.m. start time on your home for 360 Fall Frenzy Maconi Entertainment. A look at Aiden Forster. Currently fourth quick on the charts. You can see the average time the drivers are going just around 100 miles an hour at Williams Grove. 360 sprints, very fast.
That's insane. I mean, 100 miles an hour on dirt alone is pretty
Look at the top.
crazy.
Look at the top speed though into turn 1 there, Jeremy. They were hitting 121. Look at that, 125.
It's race time.
Yes, it is race time. Set to go. Feature action. 30 laps around Williams Grove Speedway. Let's beat the field and give you tonight's starting lineup. On the pole, it's Connor Dudek. He's in the number 7 to his outside. It's Tyler Shell racing in car number 85. Row number 2, starting third, Kenny Hoffman in car number 11 to the outside. It's the 38 of Blake Carrick. Row 3, Tanner Pettit in the 24. Next to him, Landon Cardoza in the 21. The 4th row, Ashton Mueller in the 5. To his outside, it's Shane Yost in the 99. Rounding out your top 10, Aiden Forster in the 20. And Ryan Avila in the 149. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Just outside the top 10 and 11th starting position is the 0-1 of Wyatt Schuhart. In the 12th starting position, you got the 240 of Noah Bowman. 13th belongs to 71 of Ty Schoblack. 14th, is the 54 of Casey Simmons. 15th is the 500 of Josh Whiteman. 16th goes the 93 of Tanner Pedersen. 17th goes the number 10 of Ross Correna. Excuse me. It's the 18th goes the 72 of Dean Reynolds. 19th goes the 6 of Scott Thomason, excuse me. 20th, 26, Nick Klosterman. 21st is the 2 of Matt Croak, and 22nd is supposed to be the 77 of Dustin Sargent, who I'm not sure if he's on the track.
Yeah, no call for big money to grid. May start from the pits. Not too sure just yet. Again, 30 laps the distance here this evening for the feature. Caution laps will not count in our A main. 2 different winners in 2025 so far. Tyler Schell at Cedar Lake starting outside of the front row, and Landon Cardoza last week at Lanier. Excuse me, not at Lanier. At Lernerville, he'll start from P6 this evening. Picks to win. Jeremy, we'll let you go first.
Man, last week I got really lucky. I had a driver who drove, what was it? 18th, oh, the top 2 there, and I don't know who's gonna surprise me this week, but I'm feeling Landon Cardoza is gonna come up front and take the checker flag here tonight in this 30 lap A main.
You know, Shane Yost is due up for a win here this evening. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. I think he'll be my pick to win this evening, but if not, Tyler Schell is the backup plan. So the 21 cages of cold metal with hot rubber at the corners, set for the green flag. As we say, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Oh, contact there.
Couple of cars around.
Oh, front as well.
Someone else up near the front. Caution flag waves already. I think one of them was the 49 of Avila. And Tyler Schell was the other car that was involved in the accident. Klosterman, Avila, Dean Reynolds, Cardoza. A bunch of them with their race basically ruined in turn 1.
A lot to digest here.
First one, I believe, was Mueller. Here's a replay of what happened to him. Got the wrong car number there on mistake. Apologies for that. Got in the back of Pettit in the 24 and flipped to Vila. There's Dean Reynolds. But I'm wondering is what happened to Tyler Schell in the 85 coming to the green flag. Tyler, you can blame me for jinxing you.
Yeah, I think it was after they wrecked behind them. You'll see them wreck right there, and then
slight
I think he
bump.
got some contact from behind.
And I think you are right. That was just after the caution flag flying there. Let's right on board with Cardoza.
Oh man, this happened so fast.
Yeah, absolutely. The green lights were still on. You could see them in the background. Watch one more here. Dean Reynolds.
Great onboard shot, good perspective. Watch everything kind of start happening.
Ooh.
Man, there's a car sitting right there in front of nowheres to go. Heavy damage.
Yeah, absolutely nowhere to go one bit. So, should be a single file restart here with the first caution waving. Won't show you the timing tower when we come back to green, as it's just going to glitch things over here on our end. But this makes things interesting in this race for sure. You've got now Kenny Hoffman moving up to second. He was a very fast car last week at Lernerville. How do you feel about his chances tonight?
Well, so far still good being up in the front and trying to stay out of all the craziness here. We'll have to see how Schell does driving back to the field. That'll be exciting to watch. He's been one of the fastest drivers here all night. Obviously, that's why he's up towards the front. I believe we're getting ready to come to the green this time.
Correct. Luckily, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, Jeremy, one quick repair that all the drivers have here tonight.
It's funny you say that. I was just looking that up on the rules book. Yep, there is one fast repair for those drivers. So looks like everybody should be able to come right back out on the track and try to fight it for the next 29 laps.
So original start, with the exception of those that were involved in the accident, they'll go to the back. We're back to the green flag.
Hoffman down low on the inside there of Connor. Dudek does not make it work. The momentum up top there for the number 7. Kenny Hoffman 11. Just prowling, trying to get a good run through the middle of 3 and 4. Got up just a little bit higher. Great drive down low for the Dudek machine. As they continue to battle side by side, you can see just off there in the distance, Tanner Pettit, Shane Yost, and Aiden Forrester. Forrester, excuse me.
How does Hoffman feel about his car underneath? Not too sure on that yet. Meanwhile, Shane Yost, 3 wide here, 4 wide, nearly 5 wide in turn number 4. Schuhart was caught up in the middle. At the line for 4th, I think it was Forster over Yost. Still 3 wide once again here to the center of 1 and 2. Look at this. It's a 6-pack battling for 4th on the track.
Woo, baby. Your driver's doing a really good job knowing their limits, especially about the boundaries of the cars around them. This battle for the top 5 position is wild.
On board with Shane Yost in 6th. And how about the start for Wyatt Schuhart in that 0-1? Fell in the back in his heat race. He started all the way back in 11th, and he's running in the 4th position.
Just like last week, that one driver does a really good job staying clean and getting up to the front. See if it can pay out here throughout the rest of the race. We still got 25 laps to go.
Good battle for 2nd is Pettit trying to catch the 11 of Kenny Hoffman for that runner-up spot. Hoffman committed to the cushion, starting to thin out though, that's for sure. Pettit, nice bite off for turn number 2. Couldn't pull even though with the 1 of Hoffman. It's to see he sends it deep right on board. No gas one bit until he gets to the straightaway.
Low and slow. Trying to keep that left front down there in that tacky stuff. Trying to help that car turn, but the momentum is up on the top down the straightaways.
And now look at Schuhart try and close in. He wants to party for the bottom step of the podium. Tries to go around the outside. Stays within a car length on the 24. The race is on for 3rd.
Pettit, Schuhart, battling here, really tight. Hoffman now, up and in the wall.
Ooh.
That's going to open up 2nd place there for Tanner Pettit, but they're still side by side here at the stripe.
I remember they score off the start-finish line, and Hoffman with the edge. If a caution flag flies right now until the next green flag lap. Wing to wing down the back. Hoffman has Pettit cleared for right now. Ken Schuhart dance up top, and now there goes Hoffman on the wall. Pettit trying to take advantage of it for 2nd at the line. It's still Hoffman by a front wing. But Hoffman appears to be in trouble up on that outside. He can't keep banging that wall for too long.
He's trying really hard just to grip it and rip it and make it work. He's up maybe just a smidgen too high, but slowly but surely actually is starting to slowly catch up to the Dudek machine. He ran a 92 to the 94 up front.
Yeah, you see there, closed in 3/10 that last time by. Hoffman catching the leader for the race lead. A battle up top, battle for 3rd. So much good racing on back. Pick your favorite driver as they're likely racing for a position. Hoffman tried to ride the wall there in 3 and 4, but it's Dudek hanging on for right now. Everyone up on the top shelf for the moment.
Everybody all the way up top, just flirting with the edge of disaster. Trying to go low and slow there. We got a battle for the leader off turn 4.
Oh, man. Hoffman, top shelf where Mama hides the cookies to the point. Edged out Dudek in the line. The 7 tries the slide job there in 1 and 2. Nothing able to work. Hoffman's got Dudek cleared for the race lead. Caution flag waves at the perfect time. That's Scott Thomason all around. And he has towed it to pit road for our 2nd yellow flag. Oh, baby, just as that was getting good, we've got to wreck 'em and stack 'em.
1 lap before halfway.
Look at what happened to Tomasin in the 8. Racing Dean Reynolds clips the 79. The inside wall.
The car
Left,
is one spot.
yeah, left front. You can see how broken it is.
He tried to tow quick. Gotta give him the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely. Give him credit for wanting to try and keep the action going. Watch the left front after the contact with the 79 of Reynolds. Let's eclipse the inside wall right there. You can just see how shattered it is. And Scotty knew it too.
Yep. Broken pieces up front don't work that well.
So second caution waves, and this time we'll have a new leader for the restart. After Connor Dudek led nearly the opening half of this one, Hoffman taking the lead with just about 13 laps complete.
We went from Hoffman's in trouble to Hoffman's in the lead. Isn't that incredible? He was just banging it off that wall.
I thought for a moment every lap he kept scraping the wall, it was going to scrape it more and more where he'd go over the wall in an automatic tow to pit road.
Making it look easy from up here.
Absolutely. How do you fight back now if you're Dudek? And now Hoffman did he just select the top, or who's he going bottom? Hoffman on the bottom for this restart. That could be interesting. Now, if he can slide job the 7 of Dudek here on this restart, I think he should be fine. Would you agree?
I think so. I think maybe that's why he's running this bottom line, because it's harder to protect from the top. Let's see if it planes out. Pace truck's off.
Back to the green.
Contact for second. Heavy contact.
Dudek and Pettit trying to race each other very hard. 3 by 3. Oh my! Schuhart tried to force it 4 wide. One driver off the pace in turn number 2. You've got Pettit and Dudek wing to wing. Oh my! That's going to be tight there. Around goes Dudek. Clipped off for Schuhart. Yellow flag waves. And somehow everybody escaped it.
Wow. What a lucky break there. Whew. I thought for sure he was getting creamed, and I know he lost all his positions, but looks like no harm, no foul.
There was no way everyone was making through that alive. Look at that. 4 wide again in turn 2. Got Dudek led the opening 13 laps. Ooh, I think Schuhart first caught Forster possibly. And then
That
just
angle,
was sandwiched
what's
in.
met Cody? I'm not sure. Well, take a look at it again.
Let's
Figure out another angle.
Yeah, let's watch from the drone here. Look at that. That's insane.
Great racing.
So watch Schuhart in the black and red 1S. Up. Ooh, that's tough to tell from there as well.
Yeah, it looks close, but regardless, I don't think there's too much damage from here.
Right on board with Dudek. You know though, Dudek without question will be frustrated because he knew he had a very great car. Third yellow flies, and I do not believe they completed that lap of the line before the yellow waved, and that is correct. So this is a single file restart. Another lap taken off the board. And let's reset the field here on this restart. Kenny Hoffman, the leader. Tanner Pettit in the second spot. Aiden Forster in third. Wyatt Schuhart fourth. Shane Yost in fifth. Ty Schobelach sixth. Tyler Schell. How about the recovery from him from a lap 1 spin in seventh? Casey Simons eighth. Noah Bowman ninth. And Landon Cardoza in 10th. We're back to green. Hoffman able to hold serve for right now. Forster, the first driver to test the top. Side by side, Wyatt Schuhart and Shane Yost for fourth. Yost trying to get the bite. Oh, hang on there. The 20 of Forster. Up the wall off for 4. Lost a lot of ground in the top 2. While Schuhart and Yost try to close in. They're chasing down the 20 of Forster. And here comes Tyler Shell wanting to force it 3 wide.
Welcome back, Tyler Shell.
Oh,
What a
my!
drive. Oh, my goodness.
How low can you go with that little room of real estate?
I think somebody found some speed extremely low on the track.
Oh, hang on. We got Cardozo around. Oh, what a save he just made.
Both of our picks having some unfortunate luck, but look at that. Tyler Shell trying to get up to the 3rd position. Unbelievable.
Yeah, give it up for Shell, the recovery he has made for the lap 1 spin in turn 2. Wing to wing with Forster for the bottom step of the podium. Went out. The 20 up on the wall, pretty good. Yost turned off for Simons. Oh, he 360'd and everybody hanging on for dear life. Yost is stopped. The 3 car of Mueller also involved. He's hooked with Ross Corrida.
So much happening right there. Wow.
We'll show you in just a moment what happened. Yost got yeeted from behind for the looks of it. Watch the 10 of Simons. Right there, there's the slight contact. And it looks like it's all good, but Yost wants to try and get the caution flag, then got hooked off the 24. Then Miller grabs a piece of that too. Take a ride on board with Noah Bowman. Bowman, that 2nd car to get involved with this yellow flag. Watch this. He thinks he's got a miss. Rear ends the 10 of Simons. Front wing completely gone. And here is the ride from Shane Yost.
Not sure. Yeah, it looks like there's just a lot of momentum behind there. Come from behind. And tried to save it. Just got everybody else bottlenecked up. And what an accordion effect. Well, we got 5 laps in, it looks like. And it looks like the 54 or 10, if you want to call it, of Simons there was given the EOL penalty for his participation in that event.
You know, you hate this as well for Aiden Forster because I thought that yellow flag was going to come out immediately, but iRacing waited on it, and so because of that, Forster loses a spot, 2 spots in fact, down to 5th. He could have been ahead of Wyatt Schuhart at that last yellow.
That's the thing with dirt racing. It's just all about timing, and dirt racing is timing and scoring is right at that start-finish line. So lap per lap, and this is a big track, a half mile.
So Kenny Hoffman selects.
Them.
Yeah, Kenny Hoffman selects the bottom here for this restart. Hoffman, Shell, Schuhart, Schobelach round out the top 5, back to green. And Shell wants 2nd from Tanner Pettit. He's been so good on the bottom, has found tack that not a lot of other drivers have found. Shell off for 2, wide of the bite. Can he get past the 24? Not just yet. Hoffman follows suit underneath along with Aiden Forster. 2 by 2, Schuhart bikes it in turn number 4. Nearly 4 wide, Schuhart loses collateral.
Top line has speed, but it's extremely tricky, and I think the bottom is starting to come in for the most part as the only part of the track with the most grip.
Look at Schuhart.
Car.
A top 5 car. He's all the way stuck in the 8th position, trapped behind Schobelach and Blake Kark. And if I recall correctly, Kark was involved in that first yellow flag as well. And same with Ryan Avila up to 5th. Where the 49 car come from?
A lot of drivers with some great charges back up in the front, especially there for Avila. One of those drivers earlier in the race was down and out, but now he's in second place and all
Caution.
over the back bumper of the Hoffman machine.
Got a yellow for Klosterman and Patterson. Luckily enough, they've been able to get things going, and I believe it also has Wyatt Schuhart and Dean Reynolds. Yes, it has. Schuhart is towed into the pits, as did the 79. Here's a look. Underneath on Carrick for a spot. Do they hook here off of 4? Nope. I think this is in 1 and 2. Catches the 21. A lot of net code around he goes. Catches the 79. Dino goes up and over. And nowhere to go. Went the 26 as well. It's right on board with Dean. Yeah, up the hill went Schuhart, and Dino was just an innocent bystander with nowhere to go. Turtled on his side.
Tried to turn right to get out of it. And unfortunately, these aren't meant to turn right.
Here's Nick Klosterman. But, I mean, you know what Doc Hudson said. You turn right to go left. And that's Klosterman just getting really heavy on the brakes. Doesn't even hit a single thing.
Honestly, pretty heads up if he thought he was going to hit somebody, you know what I mean? Just lock it down and turn it around.
Now this should be single file the rest of the race, as we are under 10 laps to go. Believe it's going to be 6 to go when we take the green flag. Kenny Hoffman, the race leader. Tyler Schell, second. Tanner Pettit, third. Aiden Forster, fourth. And Ryan Avila rounds out the top 5. This track has been, looks like it's turned into low side dominant, but can someone get past the number 1 of Kenny Hoffman and take the victory? We're moments away from finding out. 6 laps of race remaining when we come back to green.
Great start, obviously, for our leader there, Kenny Hoffman. That 85 machine, though, not letting him get too far away for Shield. Pettit there in third, the one driver with his name on the leader's car. TPR logo on several cars in this field. Aiden Forrester and Ryan Avila, your top 5.
5 laps to go. One driver was using the top. It's Ty Schobalak, but it seems like the top has run out of energy. Hoffman over Schell, over Pettit. Front 2 trying to pull away for the 24. What is it going to take for Tyler Schell to get past Kenny Hoffman? Is it going to take a bump and run possibly? 4 laps to go. We'll find out in a moment. Oh, Schell's going to try it around the top shelf. Can he have anything? Nearly bikes it off for turn number 2. Didn't lose anything.
Oh, man.
Ooh, forcing it on the brakes, though.
Thought he was going to try and use that head of steam to maybe do a little slide job there in a 3 and 4. Going to try it again.
Oh, Tyler biked it really bad. This allows Tanner Pettit to take advantage. Oh, hang on, Aiden. What a save by Forster. He loses some insurance in that. Landon Cardoza breaks into the top 5 for the first time tonight. 2 laps to go for Kenny Hoffman, and he is free without a yellow.
Ryan Avila trying to put his name on that podium. We're trying to get around Shield on that top side.
Can Avila steal a spot on the Tanner Pettit Racing number 49 in the final lap of this one? We're about to find out. Up to third of the start-finish line. But out in front, it is Kenny Hoffman, the Tanner Pettit Racing number 11. Still wing to wing for third between Schell and Avila down the back chute. Can the TPR team sweep the podium tonight? Here they come off at turn 4. Checkers wave. Kenny Hoffman, your winner at Williams Grove in round number 3. Photo for third as Schell steals it over Avila at the line. Pettit in second and Cardoza 5th, but in the end, your race winner, Kenny Hoffman, gets it done in the number 11.
Fireworks off in the distance there. Kenny Hoffman coming around to the start-finish line to celebrate as he is tonight a main feature winner.
Started in third tonight and took the lead around the outside from Connor Dudek near the halfway mark. We'll talk with him, the top three in the hard charger, in just a moment on Maconi Entertainment.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Third different winner of the season, Kenny Hoffman in Aces Up Sim Sports 360 Fall Frenzy competition. Big congratulations to him on getting the job done. Time to take a look at your official results from this evening. And again, Hoffman, your winner here tonight. Going to get it done by 1.3 seconds on Tanner Pettit. Tyler Schell third, Ryan Avila fourth, Landon Cardoza in fifth, Aiden Forster sixth, Josh Whiteman seventh, Ty Schobelach eighth, Noah Bowman ninth, Connor Dudek in 10th, Hoffman winning by 1.3 seconds. Jeremy?
11th position goes to that number 2 of Matthew Croak. 12th goes to the 99 of Shane Yost. 13th goes to 26 of Nick Klosterman. 14th was Casey Simmons. 15th goes to Tanner Patterson. 16th, Blake Carrick. 17th, Dean Reynolds. 18th goes to Wyatt Schuhart. 19th goes to Austin Mueller. 20th goes to Ross Corona. 21st, Scott Thomason. And 22nd, Dustin Sargent.
So that's the full field rundown as we are set to talk to the top three, and it is Kenny Hoffman, your race winner. Kenny, congratulations, a job well done. Talk me through that pass to the outside for the race win on Dudek.
Yeah, just kind of chilling. Williams Grove, big track, 30 laps is pretty long, so just kind of chilling, was being real patient when Connor was up front, and decided it was go time, and just started ripping the curve down, and we were fine. We were really good all night. Heat race went really well for us, at least, and just being able to put myself in a good position for the feature was really important.
Passing on the high side, definitely one thing, but trying to hang on the outside was another. I thought for a moment, every time you were getting up on that wall in 3 and 4, I thought you were ready to ballpark that thing.
Yeah, it's very tricky with the way it's shaped. It's just you kind of just gotta send it. Just I don't know. It's I've ballparked it a lot in official races in other leagues previously. So just kind of learning from all those from recent memories. But we were really dialed. Just I knew where we went. But with the way the track shaped over in 3 and 4, it makes it very tricky that if you don't hit your marks the way you need, it's not going to end out well for you.
Well, next week a trip to Lanier. How do you feel going in?
To be honest, I hate that track with a burning passion. So I hope it rains out or something. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Tanner and everyone is really good there, so I'm sure he'll have some good stuff for us next week, which will be nice. But I hate that track.
Curious, what state do you live in?
Pennsylvania.
I mean, you could always come up to Super Dirt Week next week in Oswego. That's what Dean and I are doing.
Yeah. No, I'm more of a sprint car guy, so
okay.
I think I'll stick to my Williams Grove.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Shout out to Tanner and Tanner Pettit Racing, just all the help and just bringing me back and just helping me out a lot. Just really appreciate him and the whole team, and Thanks to Chad for putting this league on. Kind of sucks that people are running against it. But yeah, huge shout out to him. Thank you guys for broadcasting. And then, yeah, just like I said, TPR, Tanner Pettit Racing, and then Aces Up Sim Sport as well.
All right, man. We'll let you go. Congratulations. A job well done. Best of luck next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that's our. Oops, hang on. I think we moved into the wrong group. There we go. That's our winner tonight, Kenny Hoffman, who gets things done. Second place finisher, Tanner Pettit. Almost got the job done. He's with Jeremy.
We are standing by with our second place finisher of the number 24 of Tanner Pettit. Tanner, man, you've got your name on almost all, like half the field. Your cars were all set up great tonight. You come up one spot short to one of your cars, which is definitely going to be bittersweet. But what was it like from your perspective all that long? Because from ours up here in the booth, it was insane.
No, that race definitely got crazy there, especially from lap one there. But overall, we followed the racetrack, and Kenny did a really good job holding on to the bottom there at the end, and glad to come home second.
You bring up a point right there, running that bottom to, keep it there at the end. I saw a lot of drivers just trying to grip it and rip at that top at the end. The top obviously fell off, man. How tricky was it to keep it on the bottom and keep the pace?
It was really tricky down there. You had to slow down, especially a lot in 3 and 4. The top was fun. It was good the first half. Then you could just kind of feel it slowly fade away, and everybody kind of migrate down to the middle bottom. And once that kind of happened, I knew to lock down there and hug it as tight as you can, basically.
Well, you guys brought a great setup this week. Hopefully your team does the same next week. What are your expectations and looking forward to next week's event?
Expectations are about the same. Just got to go out there and try our best and see if we can compete against these guys. Looks like next week we go to Lanier, which is usually a pretty good track for us. So should be a fun one, and I'm excited to do it.
Well, the winner of tonight's race says he hates that track, so hopefully you can get him a good setup for next week. Who do you got to thank for getting you here tonight?
I'd just like to thank the whole team, Blake, Ryan, and I've been working with Kenny and Aiden lately, and Clayton, Ashton, Ross, Ethan, all those guys. They're a blast to work with. I'd like to thank Jimmy P, Mac Tools, 1425 Photography, Aces Up Sim Sports, CD Cinematography, Trackside Collective, Blake Herrick Racing. I'd like to thank you guys for putting the broadcast on. Chad for getting the lobby together and getting us all together on Wednesday night, and it's a blast. Thank you all.
Appreciate your time tonight here, Tanner. Congratulations on your second place, and hopefully we'll speak to you next week.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Tanner Pettit finishing second, and the man that probably had the big comeback of the night, Tyler Schell, finishing third. Man, how good was this car tonight, especially after spinning on lap one, having to make that climb all the way from the bottom, but all the way up to second?
Yeah, car was really good. Track was really racy. Could race anywhere. I probably could have, if I wanted just to be boring and just roll around, I could have finished second, but I knew that the top had something. It just wasn't going to be, it was very kind of technical up there, and I kind of wanted just to go for it, and we went for it. Worked the first lap, the second lap, it kind of, it bit me, and I lost a spot, and I actually lost 2 spots. I was able to get third at the line, but yeah, the car was good, the track was good. Everybody was fun to race around, and yeah, it was a good night.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Just like to thank you guys again for taking your time every week and doing this. It's always fun to go back and watch. And then Chad for putting the league on with Aces Up, and then TJM Racing, I was up, Aces Up, Moreland Tires, and Fine Line Auto Body.
Appreciate the time as always, Tyler. Great job. Best of luck next week at Lanier.
Thank you.
And, of course, we can't forget about the hard charger either this evening. Matthew Croak starting 21st and finishing 11th. He's with Jeremy.
Well, Matthew, you survived the chaos to get yourself up to the field. Plus 10 positions, 1 position out of the top 10. Man, how much more did you need to get up a couple more spots?
It was just kind of one of those ride-along type of races for me. Wasn't feeling the greatest there at the end. I had a little bit of nose wing damage from a wreck previously. So overall, I'll take a plus 10. I know a lot of cars got involved in wrecks and stuff, but yeah, I can't complain if a plus 10 on a solid field. And those PPR cars are fast, and all of my teammates are really good. So it's tough getting a top 10 in general. So I'll take it.
Just one spot shy, but 10 spots better than where he started. Good job on your ride tonight. Who do you got to thank for getting you here each and every week?
Yeah, first off, I want to say thank you to you guys for broadcasting every Wednesday, and Chad for putting on the league. I have to thank Colin and Landon over at BBS. They've been helping out with setups and honestly been top notch since day one I joined. So I thank them tremendously. DSD Sim Designs, Casey Simmons Photography, Fusion Setup Shop, and then A2 Performance Horses.
Appreciate your time. Hopefully we'll speak to you soon again.
Thank you.
So that's Matthew Croak, our hard charger here this evening. And so as we get set to bid adieu here, Jeremy, again, final thoughts on this one tonight.
Wow, that is one thing I have to say. If you want to see a good race, go back to heat number 2. That whole heat race was just a highlight reel of racing, but the feature was just as good as well. These drivers just trying to manage the track, conditions changing there after that halfway point, having to adapt and get to that bottom part of the track and just roll low and slow. Great racing this week. Excited to be back for the third week of my broadcasting events here with these drivers with aces up, and good 2 weeks, and excited to see Lanier.
It has been fun so far, that's for sure. So with that, we'll say goodbye again next week, Lanier at 9:15 p.m. right here on Maconi Entertainment. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications for whenever we're live, whether it be dirt, asphalt, oval, or road. On behalf of everyone here at Aces Up Sim Sports, all the fine drivers, sponsors, and admins, on behalf of my broadcast partner tonight, Jeremy Briggs, I'm Marty Sakala. This broadcast has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. Your winner tonight, Kenny Hoffman at Williams Grove Speedway. Thanks for joining us. So long.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.